First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
This defense for the Falcons, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
Dances by him. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around with a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Now Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2nd and 5.
Throwing, Jones. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Troy Pride. And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 30 on second down, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is caught by Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Williams brings it in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now it's second and 9. Herbert now. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Herbert on third down now. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, the end will determine.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing again on second down. Jones. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. Touchdown, Chargers! A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Going right back to Akers. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Akers. Touchdown, Chargers. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
off out of the gun.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 2-yard gain.
They're going to try and throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. On first down, Justin Herbert. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Jones pass. Complete to number 22. A 6-yard pickup brings up second down.
To throw again on second down. Jones.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. Operating from the gun. Jones.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Sanders' kick is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Ridley here.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know
he's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. Touchdown, Falcons. Danny Gray, 37 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From way up at the 23.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Herbert off of play action. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. 1st and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. On one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Sanders now to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Jones on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Sanders on for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score. Chargers 40, Falcons 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jones, another shot here after the pick six.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Second down and 6 now from the 42.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
He'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now they send a man in motion right. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience.
And now here is another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Falcons on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he...
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe...
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Falcons take over
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. 109 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll go option to the short side. The 20. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 8. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
They'll run here with Akers.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing, Jones.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
Now Jones. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A little jet sweep to start the drive. A beautiful fake. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
First and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as we get this up to about the 42.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover.
Onside kick recovered by the Chargers.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.